I'm starting with just $40. The goal? Turn it into $1 million through futures trading. No fake gurus, no rented supercars, no pretending every trade is a winner. On this channel, you're going to see the entire journey. The wins, the losses, the emotional highs, the blown trades, the funded accounts. I'll be using prop firms in the beginning to have access to the capital without needing a massive account up front. That creates opportunity, but it also creates pressure. One day can wipe out weeks of progress if risk management slips. That's why this challenge isn't just about making money. It's about discipline, consistency, emotional control, and proving whether a regular trader like me can realistically build something substantial starting small. Some days will be green, some days will be ugly, but every trade will be documented publicly. No hiding losses, no deleting bad trades, no fake screenshots, and I want to invite you to join me on this journey. I'm your live futures trader. Real trades, real money, real life. Well, good morning, everybody. This is day number 16 of my $40 to $1 million journey. Market just opened right now. We are going to see what happens over the past 2.5 weeks. I passed a 50 cal eval account, and then I blew that account in about 3 days. No, 1 day. 1 day. Then passed another eval account and blew that one in 3 days. I consider that progress because the first time I blew it in 1 day and the second day 3 days. I now have today, beginning with a brand new funded, I passed it Sunday night actually, brand new funded Apex account, $50,000 end of day drawdown. And I'm hoping three times is a charm. As always, we're watching MNQ. By the way, the contract did change over to you. We're in a brand new contract that goes through into September now. If you are trading and you haven't traded your contracts, the next and you haven't changed your contract, you might want to do that because this one is most likely going to get more volume than the last one that goes through June. So just FYI about that. We're watching the charts now. I'm going to be watching first. Tuesdays are a day when, like, I have most of the morning on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but on Tuesdays I have meetings that begin about an hour and a half after market open. And so I only have about enough time to stay on the chart for about an hour. So that's what we're doing today. And watching what's going on, I do see this nice looking fair value gap right here. Bearish fair value gap right there that I would love to see price come back up and close on top of and see price start coming back up. So here's what happened for myself. We had over the weekend, this last weekend, which is this gap right here, United States made an agreement with Iran. That news posted Sunday afternoon right before market opened. Had a new eval account, and I was just like, wow, this thing is going up, 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 up. And that's when I got in and passed that sucker and was good to go for a new funded account today. So that's what we are watching. Back on a 5-minute chart here. Price comes down, takes out that pre-session high, and is retracing in this first 5 minutes. So let's see what happens, huh? Not a giant, huge candle so far, only 50 points in comparison to what has been going on lately, where candles during the New York have been running 50 to 100 points a pop. We still got another minute left on this one, though. So I'm looking first and foremost, so we're going to mark out our 5-minute candle, opening candle here, and play that range while the 15-minute range opens. We do have a fair value gap up here. All of my EMAs are pointing up. Those aren't on the chart right now. But with my EMAs pointing up, then that means I'm looking for a bearish fair value gap. And if price closes back above that, then looking to play that to the top side. Now, we have another one right here. Look at this. Looky. Boom, right here. There's another nice little fair value gap. Which means I'm no longer paying attention to that one. So if price comes back up and closes above this, I'll be looking at going long. There's our first 5 minutes. All right. I'm looking at trading 3 micros on this today. I have a nice rejection, took out pre-session high, took out Asian high, which is beautiful for this one to come back up. Let's see where this goes right here. And it would be so nice to start out with a killer trade on day one of the funded account. Built some margin right there. That would be so nice. I got to tell you though, I'm scared after killing my last 2 funded accounts, after blowing those. Makes me afraid to even enter a trade. It makes me nervous. I gotta tell you, you gotta have nerves of steel to do this. Still waiting. We got a fair value gap that formed right here, right before market open, but that's okay. If price comes up here and close, I will long that. Man, what is that? Ideally, my stop would need to be way down here, which is 87 points. 300, that's almost $600 down right there in one trade if that goes backwards on me. Do I stick with 3 or do I play it safe with 2? I would go with, I'm only trying to make $300 a day, right? $300. If I can average $300 a day, then that's $1,500 a week. That is $6,000 per month on one account. Now, instantly, if you double that to 2 accounts, instantly you're up to $12,000 account. I can live off of that easy right there. So $300 a day, that's all I need. So I'm going to back this down to 2 contracts, because it could easily give me more than 50 points here. This wants to come up. Look at this. I'm telling you, I've got a nice rejection. It took out both these points of liquidity. And if it does, I am going to go long and play this back up to the upside. Anywhere in here, back up to the upside to the pre-session is $200, $400, $500. And that would be a beauty. I might get in with 2, and then once it's heading my direction, average in with 1 more micro. Let's see how that looks. Let's just watch and see how this guy ends right here. How are we doing on news? Man, I wish SpaceX surpasses Amazon. And it just went public on yesterday or last week. I would think it was last week. It went public last week. I wish I had had even $1,000 to buy SpaceX in the IPO, because I mean, you were pretty much guaranteed it was going to go nuts. All right. It is not wanting to break above that fair value gap yet. So again, you can probably see this on my chart. This is our first 5-minute candle range. We do have two different confirmations here if it decides to go to the upside. We have a fair value gap. I love, probably my favorite out of my 3 strategies that I play is the inverted fair value gap strategy, which is not playing out right now heading into the close of this candle. My second one is probably the 5-minute one, and this one's all over the internet right now, where you mark out your first 5-minute candle right there, and then you drop down to your 1 minute and wait for it to close above, give you another break above, a close above the 5 minutes, a retest, and then a candle that says a reversal candle that's going to say it's going to come back up. A little more subjective. I love the fair value gap strategy because it is not subjective at all in the slightest bit. You can tell this is a fair value gap. It's black and white. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, right? Not subjective. It either is or it isn't. And that's when you enter. Hardly at all. But look at this. Look at this. This thing broke above. Man, if this gives us a candle up above here. Nope. It's not going to do it. Into our next 1 minute. I was going to say, if this was going to give us a engulfing candle up here and close right up here, I would have entered. But it does not want to do that, it appears. So we wait. Again, this is kind of hard to see. I need to change the color of this box, maybe. What color should we make the range? No, I don't think so. Not a blue. Purple. That's coming up. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Still not a reversal, though, for me. This purple box down here is our 5-minute range. This box up here is a fair value gap. Still in no trades. No trades for today. Looking real good for the 5-minute up here. 2 minutes left in the 5-minute candle. If it continues to go, that's the direction we are going to go. I'm going to go 2 contracts in that and go along. Back to the 1 minute. So we saw this break out of the 5-minute range right here. The purple box is a 5-minute range. It came back in, tested this, popped back up, decided to go way down and touch the mid-range of this candle, and then come back up, but there's still no reversal candle in here to me. There's no. If this would have been an engulfing candle right here, I would have gotten in. If we would have had a doji around in here and another candle coming in, I probably would have gotten in, but we don't have that. So that is the reason why I did not play the 5-minute opening candle. This could still, we have a barely over a minute left in the 5-minute candle. 1 more minute here, or a few seconds here in this, but it has to close above the fair value gap, and it's getting slapped. Look at that. Getting smacked back down again. Now, here it is. See? Came back down. It has tested this. If it gives us a reversal candle now, we will get in with our 5-minute opening strategy. if that pushes back up. So we're looking at 3 different strategies each morning. We first look at the 5-minute market open range strategy. At the same time, we're looking at our inverted fair value gap strategy. And then right now, as of now, we have our 15-minute range that has closed, that has formed for us, and we can begin to look for the 15-minute opening range strategy as well. We do have this on the 5-minute. It's come back. It has tested. If we get a reversal candle here, we can get in. We can go ahead and get in before the 5-minute closes above this fair value gap. A reversal candle would be a doji, followed by another bullish candle. It would be a bullish engulfing candle right here. Would be good as well. A opposite pin bar would be okay. Still waiting, still waiting. I only have about 45 minutes left before I have to leave. This is nice. This is our 1-minute chart. There we go. This is a beautiful reversal right now. Look at that, baby. I am going in for 3. 3 micros right here. Bless this, Lord. Bless this trade. Please bless this. It's a beauty right there. You got 3 down candles and a bullish engulfing. You have pin bar, reversal right there. Buy. Come on now. $336. All right. Let's rock and roll. When we look at our points of liquidity up here, man. Previous day high, which has already been broken. Pre-session high. Beauty. That's really the point. Here is where we should. It's where the stop goes, theoretically. All right, so we're in this trade. We're up $70 or so, and we're gonna let this run. Let's see what happens. This is looking promising. And if you come back over here and you look at the 5, look at that. So we have so many confirmations right here that this is a good trade. This is going to be a solid trade. First, we have our 5-minute range. Market opened it broke down below our pre-session high and our Asian low, or our pre-session low and our Asian low. Broke both of that, came back up. We have 3 candles down. We have this pin bar telling us this is going to reverse and come back up. We now have for price came engulfing candle up. This is where I got in, playing this up to the upside. All right, let's see how this goes. Let's see how it goes. Price is just messing around with me here. And you see you take off, baby. And you start running. Run, run, run. Do have a level of support right in here. In this area, price could come back down and touch that and then run, or it could just take off. Volume has been coming down on the 5-minute, so that's not encouraging. So price could dip back down into here a little bit, but before it takes off, but we'll see. Sure would be nice to be able to get out of this today. I have to leave in about 40 minutes. It's all I have enough time to stream on Tuesdays is about an hour after market opens. Sure would be nice for this to run hard and have a really solid first day. US Iran currently scheduled for Friday, this Friday, signing of the memorandum. It's good news. That is good news. That's good news for the whole world, for our livelihood. It's good news for Iran and for the Middle East. It's good news for this market, which means it should be coming up. In theory. Hitting this fair value gap right here. Punks, come on. If it hits my stop, that's my only trade for today. I will not trade again. I will shut this thing down and leave it. I will not look at it again. I will not trade tonight during the Asian session. That's when I lose my tail. Little hesitation is perfectly fine. Little hesitation right here. Little battle between buyers and sellers. That's perfectly fine. Would actually prefer to see that. And then price just bolts up rather than seeing it go way up and then dump, right? I did not look at news. Today's Tuesday. No more red flag news. Hey, tomorrow's FOMC. Interesting. FOMC is a fun day to trade. There we go. Look at that. That's nice. Look at that. It's a beauty. This can give me a strong close, especially above. There's a fair value gap right here. See that? See how we got another fair value gap right here. If it can, it's tinkering around with this, see? Hit the mid-range. You can see here I'm on Wealth Charts. This is my trading platform. I have a funded Apex $50,000 end of day drawdown account. Started fresh this morning with a new one. This is my very first trade on this account. I do not want to see this come down. Come on, you punks. Let that price go back up. Over here on trading charts, the solid green line and solid red line mark my 15-minute opening range. I do not want to see this close back inside of there. This does not look pretty. Oh, punks. We're going to have a loss on the very first day of this account. If you're just joining me, what we did at the beginning was we marked out our 5-minute range right here and then hopped over to the 1 minute, and this is where I entered right here. And price has been kind of tinkering around. I'd like to see this come back up and break above this fair value gap. That's a 5-minute fair value gap that formed earlier this morning. I want to see that price come back up. And I did say this earlier. I did say we do have a area of support resistance right here. You can see where price came down, hit, finally broke under. Now it's tapping up and getting smacked, get smacked, finally come down. See how the price is just going up and down with this range right in here. Hit it price to come back down into this range right here, which it did exactly that. Now if it comes back up, that's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. But I don't like the action of this candle right now. It's making me very nervous. First trade again on my first funded account, or my first day of my funded account, and it looks like it's going to take me out. Come on, you punks. Oh, if this closes right here, I'm done. Yep, I'm done. I'm going to take the loss and be done. I was only up. Wasn't up enough to even trim. I was only up maybe $100, $130 at one point in time. There it goes. And if I had more time to trade, I would stay on and look at a second trade. Look at that thing. It's going to go right back up. Take out my stop and go right back up. 5-minute range is done. We're done with that. The fair value gap strat, it broke above. This is where it broke above. This is your entry, and your stop loss would have come right below here. That one would have been toast. 15-minute orb never closed above with volume. Closes inside now, the 15-minute. And so if we were to get a retest, only strategy left that I play is a 15-minute orb now. That's a little retest. You could play this towards the downside. That's a tough loss. That was a pretty trade. I would have taken that 100 out of 100 times right there. Absolutely. All right. But hey, look at this. Look at this. I'm protecting my drawdown. This is a good thing. My job is not to make the money, it's to protect it. And so I'm $340 down, basically. Yeah, right there. $340 down. Loss. That's an easy win later when you have a good setup. If I had more time, I would stay on and look at one more trade, but I don't. So I think I am done for today. I hope you had better luck than me. You have a great, fantastic Tuesday. I will be back tomorrow morning at 8:25 a.m. Central Standard Time. Till then, you be blessed.
I'm starting with just $40. The goal? Turn it into $1 million through futures trading. No fake gurus, no rented supercars, no pretending every trade is a winner. On this channel, you're going to see the entire journey. The wins, the losses, the emotional highs, the blown trades, the funded accounts. I'll be using prop firms in the beginning to have access to the capital without needing a massive account up front. That creates opportunity, but it also creates pressure. One day can wipe out weeks of progress if risk management slips. That's why this challenge isn't just about making money. It's about discipline, consistency, emotional control, and proving whether a regular trader like me can realistically build something substantial starting small. Some days will be green, some days will be ugly, but every trade will be documented publicly. No hiding losses, no deleting bad trades, no fake screenshots, and I want to invite you to join me on this journey. I'm your live futures trader. Real trades, real money, real life.